Hey everyone. I know it's been a while since I've been live, so probably there's people who don't even know I'm here. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and see who shows up. But hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm really glad to be back live. It's been a while, so I'm super happy. And yeah, it's been way too long. Hey Carol, how are you? Yes. Oh my gosh. Bev, how are you? Yes, I do have a book haul. I'm very excited because I haven't done one since like November. Oh, thanks, Carol. Carol was wishing me happy anniversary because a couple of days ago is my wedding anniversary to my husband. We've been married for 12 years, so pretty neat. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Melanie. Hello. I'm so glad to see everyone. It's been way too long. Oh, thanks, Bev. Yeah, 12 years. Pretty crazy. Like, yeah. It feels not so long, though. It's weird. Sometimes you're just like, oh, it feels like we just got married. And then you're like, oh, no, we didn't. So, yeah. So I'll wait like 1 or 2 more minutes, guys, and then I'll start showing you the books. Now, I will give you a spoiler, though. I have, okay, so I ordered Onyx Storm. Oh, hey. Hey, Laura. Laura, I hope you're feeling better. Poor Laura. Laura has had the crud. Poor thing. It's been going around, though, guys. It's so bad. All right, so spoiler alert, I had pre-ordered Onyx Storm, all right, the third book in the Empyrean series, because I've been reading them. And sure enough, the day that Onyx Storm was released, which was on Tuesday, my copy did not make it. Like, I ordered it through Amazon and it's not going to be here until tomorrow. So I won't have that to show you. And I'm sad because it was a really pretty, like, special edition one. But it's just the way it is, which I'm kind of surprised because I'm like, why would Amazon do pre-orders if they can't send it in time? So I don't know. I was really shocked by that. Like literally, I'd pre-ordered it way back when, and then the day it released, I get a message from Amazon, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, your order now isn't coming until Friday." I'm like, "What's the point of pre-ordering if it doesn't come in time?" Like I don't get it, but that's okay. See, Laura, and you know me though. I can't do audiobooks because they just no. I wish I could. I would be so productive if I could just listen to audiobooks, but I cannot. Alas, I cannot. It doesn't work. And guys, actually, since Laura is here, make sure she has this week's whip and chat for or it might not be a whip and chat. It might be a different video, but it will be the week 4 video for Wrap Up a Whip. So make sure that you tune into Laura this week because she will have all that. And as I point to my finish for Wrap Up a Whip, I'm so excited I got a finish done, guys, because last year, our first year for Wrap Up a Whip, I didn't get a finish done. This time I did. Okay. Yeah, see, Carol, I can't. It's just not fun. All right. I should get started because I did want to show you guys a book haul. Yeah, Laura said week 4 may be a quick video on my bed saying hi, and that's okay. And I feel bad. Laura's awesome. I just feel so bad. This norovirus, right? The stomach one. It's bad, guys. Like my sister, or not my sister, what am I talking about? My daughter had a little bit of that. Like my daughter got hit with the flu last week, guys, after getting hit with pneumonia in December. Like it's insane. Like how weird it is this year. I don't know what it is, but it's like a really crummy sick season this year. Ooh, you finished Fenya, Melanie. I love that one. That's an Ennis one, isn't it? Isn't that an Ennis Guerrero one? Yeah. I do not wish this virus on. Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry. It's awful. It's just bad. It is really bad. Yes, Carol, that's perfect. Laura can just do a video with her and her cats. She sent me a really cute picture of Sterling last night. It was so cute. Ooh, yeah, I am so tired of bananas. And oh, Laura, I don't blame you. You could do toast. Are you just doing the brat diet? You could do toast. Isn't toast part of it? And isn't like unflavored rice? Like, can't you do rice for the brat diet too? Because oh yeah, I would think bananas and applesauce might, if you're having too much of it, almost makes me think if that could make things worse. I don't know. Oh, okay. Saltines are good. I love saltines. I'll do saltines when I'm not sick. I put a little butter on saltines. And then I used to we never like had chips or anything growing up. Like we rarely bought them. We'd always have saltines though. And the saltines, I would make my own like saltine nachos and melt cheese on them and make saltine nachos. And I still do it from time to time. And my husband will be like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "This is how when you don't do chips, you do nachos." Yeah. Yeah, I do not blame you, Laura. I would think, yeah. Yeah, only two bananas. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't do a lot of bread, but I can eat crackers anytime. Yeah. I do all the bread and all the crackers. It's bad. Right, Bev? Now I'm getting hungry. And it was bad. I had like McDonald's breakfast this morning. I don't know why I was craving it. I don't usually do McDonald's breakfast, but I just dropped off my daughter from at school and my husband was with me and he's like, "Do you want McDonald's?" And I'm like, "Oh, an egg McMuffin kind of sounds good." So I did. Mashed potatoes are good. Oh yeah, mashed potatoes are good. Very good. Not bad. Mashed potatoes. Yeah. I'm getting hungry. Even talking about bread and nachos and toast and mashed potatoes, that all sounds good. Not the applesauce. Sorry. I don't like applesauce, but actually, just last week, I don't know. I was thinking of my daughter, I'm like, I'm like, "Maggie, I got you a bunch of applesauces." She's like, "Why'd you give me applesauces, Mom?" She's like, "That's baby food." And I'm like, "Oh, is that like I didn't know." So at least now I can give it to my sister who actually has a baby. McDonald's sounds better than the oat. Ooh, I don't know about that, Carol. An oatmeal cream pie sounds really good. That sounds really good. Oh man, guys, I still have an ice cream in the freezer too. Because so last night so this is bad. I had McDonald's for breakfast this morning, but then last night I had Culver's and I had like their chicken and some fries, and then I got a like one of their concretes. And I realized I haven't ate it yet. It's still in the freezer. So I still have a Culver's chocolate raspberry concrete for tonight. I'm excited. I'm going to eat it in bed while I watch Bridgerton. I feel like that's what January is for. January is for basically being, just not moving and eating in bed and watching Bridgerton. I feel like that's a perfect use for January. Yeah. See, oh, okay. See, Carol, yeah, Carol, my daughter loves it. So, and we just got a Culver's. Like, we didn't have a Culver's until a few months ago. And of course, the Culver's is like 5 minutes away from our house. It's not good. It's not healthy. But tonight, I'm actually going to make dinner tonight because I haven't cooked a whole lot this week. I don't know why. But yeah, they have a raspberry chocolate concrete right now. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. I totally have it in my freezer, guys. I haven't ate it yet. Okay, I need to show you books. So let's get into that. We're like already 10 minutes in. All right, so usually I've shown you guys like a book of the month and all that, but I gotta admit, January's book of the month choices didn't really sound that great to me. And I was kind of like, and I knew Onyx Storm was coming out and things like that. So I skipped January's book of the month choices and figured, I knew I'd be getting Onyx Storm and, who knows what else. But I ended up finding something totally different. And I was like, I've got to show them this. So I'm going to show you. So I have 4 books altogether to show you. So, first one, I think this is me just more manifesting than, than really like, did I get it? Like, I do want to use this, but at the same time, I'm like, I also want what this book is about. So, the first one I got was Blackstone Gridline because, yes, I don't know why I have fallen down the rabbit hole of looking at videos on the Blackstone, and now I really, really want one. So I'm like, maybe if I buy the cookbook, I will manifest getting myself a Blackstone. Carol and Laura know because it wasn't long ago I was sending them pictures of like Blackstones. And I'm like, I think I need this. But yeah, so I just thought, and here's the thing, even if you don't have a Blackstone, it's used for griddling, right? It's a griddle. So if you have a griddle, then you could still do these recipes. But I do really want a Blackstone because I learned how to like grill outdoors and all that. And now I'm like, well, now I need to griddle outdoors. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, exactly. Buy the book. That looks like work. I see, but I love cooking, Bev. I like that's one of the things. That's why when I made the announcement on my Instagram the other day, I'm like, I'm gonna start doing like more cooking stuff and everything because that truly is a hobby that I love, and I love being able to like, find new recipes and things like that for my family. And so I'm like, I'm gonna start sharing some of that stuff. I don't know why I didn't before because it really is. I probably have like if I had to choose between like diamond painting stuff and kitchen gadgets, like I feel bad, I would probably choose a kitchen gadget over like diamond painting stuff. But it's got some good recipes in here. Like I'm sorry, this looks amazing. It's brisket and egg breakfast tacos. Like that looks good. Absolutely, Bev. Although I now take that in mind. I am not a professional cook whatsoever. I just enjoy it and I enjoy collecting cooking gadgets. So, yeah, some of them will sit on my counter for a while before I actually use them, but I'm so glad I have them. Let's see what else. What else is in here? There was some good stuff. Is that an iron griddle? I grew up with one on my mom's stove. We also had one. Yeah. So Melanie, it's not made of iron. It's interesting because I thought they were made of iron at first too, but they're rolled steel. But you have to season it and everything just like you would cast iron. So yeah, it works very similar to like working with cast iron. Which, guys, I'm really proud of myself. For those of you who like to cook, I feel like I actually accomplished a somewhat difficult culinary feat the other week. For those of you who use cast iron to cook, which I do, I was proud of myself. I don't know why, but I was. So I'm going to celebrate this. Thanks, Laura. I made scrambled eggs in a cast iron pan the other day, and they didn't stick. I was like really proud of myself because usually if you don't season it right, then, like scrambled eggs will stick and it becomes a mess. But I was actually able to make scrambled eggs in my cast iron skillet without it sticking. I was very proud of myself. I've never been able to do that before. And I know it seems small, but I'm going to celebrate these small victories because I figured if I can do scrambled eggs in a cast iron skillet, I can do anything. I just got a new egg cooker this week and I'm in love eating boiled eggs almost every. Yes, I've seen those, Carol. Carol, you're giving me ideas. Carol's like, crap, Hannah's going to go out and go get an egg cooker. No, I've heard those egg cookers are amazing. And yeah, I like a boiled egg. I try to do a lot of eggs as protein because yeah, I don't do a whole lot of red meat or things like that. So yeah. Yes, yes, Laura. Yeah, I haven't used Teflon pans in a long time. I use mostly stainless steel. I got a set actually when I was married, when I got married. So it's actually 12 years old now, the set I have. And I'm kind of ready to maybe get a new cooking set because I haven't. I've been waiting. But part of me, I'm waiting to get new cookware because our stovetop is really old. It's like from the 90s. It's like the electric coil stovetop. And I kind of would rather wait to get new cookware until I replace the stovetop. And I want to get an induction stovetop. So that's why I'm kind of waiting. We have stainless steel too, but they stick. Yeah. Yeah. Then I ordered, oh, nice. You got your daughter-in-law an egg cooker. That's awesome. Which one, Carol? I'm curious. Is it like one of those Dash ones? Because Dash kitchen gadgets are pretty cool. I do like them. Yeah, yeah. Cooking with stainless steel is, yeah, especially eggs. But that's why I was like really excited that I did cast iron because I was like, yes. Ooh, yes. Hexaclad is a really good brand. I like that too. Yes, Melanie, the best is to inherit a cast iron. Yes, if it's been seasoned right. And yeah, you're exactly right. Like my mom's cast iron pans are amazing. Like that's all my mom cooks on. She can do cast iron like it's no problem. And I'm still like figuring it out. But yeah, with cast iron, because yeah, they've been seasoned so much. And the thing is, those things, like you can find a cast iron in an antique shop and you can literally like completely restore them. It's crazy what you can do. So that's why I like going back to the Blackstone is that it's rolled steel and you have to season it just like cast iron. So even like if it did get rust or something, you can restore them. So I'm like, I think in the long run, it would be a good um I don't know, appliance for cooking. Plus I like to cook outside, especially in the summer. I don't want to heat up my kitchen. It's absolutely miserable when it's, triple digits. I'm like, well, if I'm going to cook in the heat, I might as well just cook outside because I don't want to be heating up my kitchen. I'd rather go cook outside in triple, digit heat than bring all that heat in while I'm cooking inside. Yeah. Oh, Melanie, you've had Hexcloud and didn't like them. Yeah, I think like with yes, and stainless also needs a little seasoning and eggs to have to go. Yes. Yes. Yeah, stainless steel and cast iron, like there are some tricks to cook with them, I think, but once you get those tricks, then they're great. It's just, yeah, it's just all a learning curve. I think with any cookware, and there's so many different kinds out there now. It's like, it's kind of like whatever the cook wants and wants to learn. Totally up to them. Not a dash, but similar. Just put them in a walk away. I have a real problem for getting there in the stove and then they boil dry and explode. I have done that before too, where I'm like, oh crap, I've done that. That's cool though. Yeah, I've heard those little egg cookers are really nice. That's awesome. And see, I heard you can do boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, which I have. And I use my Instant Pot a lot, but I'm like, you still have to wait. Like, and some of these little egg cookers, they do it so quickly. So I'm like, that would make sense. So why is a Blackstone better than I don't know if it's better, Melanie. I wouldn't say it's better. I think it's very similar. And so what a Blackstone is, it's basically a big outdoor griddle. So if you have like one of those like little electric griddles, like what I used to use, like it's like that just on a bigger scale. But like with electric griddles, they use like a lot of the like coating and Teflon and stuff like that. And with a Blackstone, it's rolled steel and yeah, and oh yeah, they're absolutely more expensive, but not compared to like some of these grills that you see, like outdoor grills. So it's just like, yeah, it's kind of like, to whoever likes them. I'm not saying that, oh, everyone should get a Blackstone. For me though, and what I want for my family, I'm like, oh, that would be fun. Yeah, they are a little more pricey, but they're not too bad. They're like the same prices like a typical grill would be, in my opinion. And there's some pricey grills out there, so they're definitely they're definitely like kind of in the middle. From the research I've done, I'm still doing research because that's what I do, guys. If I want something, I research it to death, I become the expert on it, and then I make my decision. Let's see. I used to do them in my Instant Pot. I hate having to lug that heavy thing out for just a few eggs. Yeah, exactly. And to me, almost doing eggs in an Instant Pot, I was almost like, I felt like it took even longer. So I was like, this is taking longer. Like, I don't want to do this. But yeah. So I did get a Blackstone cookbook because I'm like, maybe eventually I will get a Blackstone. But guess what? All it is cooking these things on a griddle or a skillet. So even if I end up not doing a Blackstone, like these are just meals you could cook like on a, ooh, like see, these look good. These are beef and green chili tacos. Like that looks good. So there's some good recipes. And part of it too, I'm like, these all look like recipes that my daughter and my husband would totally love. So like this looks good too. A Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Like that looks good. I was excited. Plus I like you guys know me. When I show you guys cookbooks, I love cookbooks with pictures. And these had good pictures. So that's the first book. So we'll see. Will I end up actually getting a Blackstone? I don't know yet. But if I do, I'll post about it. And I will make sure to like do some fun videos on it if I end up doing that. But right now I'm still in the research phase. All right, so that was the first book I got. Second book, because, you know, those of you who've seen my book hauls, you guys know I usually start off with cookbooks because I do love collecting cookbooks. And this one, guys, I couldn't resist, and my daughter found it for me because she knows me so well. So I took her to Barnes & Noble on Tuesday because they had a snow day again. And so we went to Barnes & Noble. Well, it wasn't really a snow day. It was just a cold day because it was like wicked cold and like the wind chill was ridiculous. But my next cookbook, it was so sweet because my daughter was totally thinking of me and she knows me so well. But look, guys, it's the Bridgerton cookbook. And it's all pretty and pink and like tea parties. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so, yes, I had to take it home because it wasn't me. It was my daughter. My daughter totally pressured me to get this book. So how could I say no, right? I mean, she picked it out. It's a bougie cookbook. It's Regency England. But what I do love about it, because I did finally start watching the show and I've read the books, is it's got like these fun pictures of like the cast. So it's got like pictures of the cast in the show, but then it's got like really pretty, like, let me see, there's a good one. It's just got pretty pictures too, guys. And like I just said, I am all for a pretty picture cookbook. Like some of these, I was like looking through, I'm like, I'm not even going to make half these recipes, but it's pretty. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Hold it with your pinky out. Smell. There you go, Melanie. That one's for you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but there was, I mean, come on, guys. Like, how pretty is that? Will I ever make lavender petticoat tails? I don't know, but it's pretty. Like, how gorgeous is that? And then there was like, oh, and then they have scones, which scones are good. And then it had, what else? It had like again, will I be making steak and mushroom pie? Probably not, but it's beautiful. And I like the picture. Half of my cookbooks, guys, are just me collecting them. Do I use them? Not all the time. Yes, exactly, Melody. I'm like, this is gorgeous. Oh, are you going to try and cook it? Absolutely not. No. But some of these I might. Like, let me see. What else? I mean, there was one that was super cute. Hold on. There was one I saw in here that I was just like, okay. Come on. Raspberry macarons, that would be amazing. And I have tried to make macarons before and failed miserably, but I'm going to try and get it. I read cookbooks like novels. Yes, exactly, Melanie. They're fun. And it gives you hope. You're like, maybe I'll cook that someday, just maybe. Have you ever tried the tasting history cookbook? Some of them are, no, Jamie. I'm going to write that down though. The tasting, I'm making a note, Jamie. Thank you for the suggestion because that sounds amazing. Okay, so hold on. Tasting history cookbook. I'm going to remember that because that sounds like fun. Okay, I put in a note on my phone. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, I mean, these are, yeah. Or look at this. I don't even know how to pronounce this, guys, but wouldn't it be fun to make? Like, how fun. It looks just like a whole bunch of donut holes, but it's not. It's called something else. If anyone can pronounce that name, let me know. Croquembouche. Croquembouche? What's it called, guys? I don't know. But it's pretty, and maybe someday I'll make it. You never know. They do that. They just look like little donut holes all stacked together. So I don't know. But it looks, yeah, they look like croquembouche. Okay. Yes, Bev, I agree. They look delicious. Carol is calling them croquembouche. I don't even know where to go with that, Carol. Just my mind automatically goes to the gutter. And then Melanie is saying they're cream puffs. Perfect. Yeah, they're loaded with pastry cream. That makes sense. Well, this recipe calls for, oh yeah, you make the pastry, then it's got caramel in it. So you actually got to make the caramel. Then it's got like this topping. So it's a pastry, the topping, the pastry cream, and the caramel. Like that's crazy. Oh. Is that really how it's pronounced, Carol? Okay, you get the prize. I did not know. Okay, Croquembouche. Croquembouche. We're going to have to use that as a hashtag somehow, guys. I mean, that's so crazy. Well, thank you for teaching me something then, Jamie and Carol. See, Laura's mind went to where my mind is, but it's not, guys. We all learned something. Or is it bouche? Croquembouche? Or is it croquembouche? Like Bobby Boucher. Croquet Boucher. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's Croquet Boucher. So it's the game of croquet plus Bobby Boucher. Or Bouche. I don't know, guys. It's Boucher, Bouche, or Bush. I don't know which one. But yeah. So there we go. Laura is finding Onyx Store much more interesting than our pronunciation right now. I totally get it, Laura. Okay, they make them in every cooking yes, Bobby Boucher. Exactly. That's what I'm just going to call him. I'm like, hey, guys, I'm going to make some Bobby Boucher. And see. I don't know. But anyways, I thought, I mean, come on, guys. Like, maybe someday I'll make a gooseberry pie when I find gooseberries. You never know. But it's a pretty book. My daughter picked it out for me. So I'm like, I can't not say no. Laura said, no, I'm not reading it right this minute. I meant that's why my mind. It's okay, Laura. I was totally messing with you. I know. Oh my gosh, you're right, Carol. That's awful of me. You're right. I have no sensitivity. Oh my gosh, I did. Poor Laura, guys, has the stomach flu. And here I am showing her all these recipes that she can't eat right now. I'm a horrible friend, Laura. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I promise those are the only two cookbooks. Yes, Bobby Boucher, no longer the water boy now. The croquet boucher boy, exactly. Please talk about food. I am living. I haven't ate that much today, Laura. I had a sandwich from McDonald's. That was it. I had their like sausage egg McMuffin. Nobody cares about Flora. No. But I was like, no one cares about Laura. Well, we all know what Bev thinks now. Hey, Emma, how are you? Thanks for joining. Emma, I don't even know how to catch you up. We have talked already about cookware, recipes, and then Bobby Boucher and Bush's slipped in there. So I wish I could say, yeah, it's just that's the conversation here. But no, Emma, I was just showing my cookbook haul for this month. Yes, such a loving community. So Emma, I was just showing I got the Bridgerton cookbook. And then I'm trying to manifest getting a Blackstone. So I got a Blackstone cookbook because I enjoy both of those things. So those are the cookbooks. Now, this one, guys, I will be honest. I had never heard of these books before, but I had dinner with a friend on Friday and she had started reading it. She was like, hey, what are you reading right now? And I was like, well, I was kind of going to wait till Onyx Storm came out, but I was like, but I need to kind of get back into the habit of reading because I hadn't read for a while. And, you know, like when you haven't read for a while, you kind of got to read something to get you back into that habit. And she's like, oh, well, I'm reading this book. And I read the summary and I read a couple of pages of it. And I'm like, this is so up my alley. So the book that I'm reading right now and that I literally bought it like 4 days ago. And I'm about probably a third of the way in. Okay. These are the most crazy books. It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. And it is a series. So, of course, I'm like, oh, I've gotten myself into another series. But I don't even know how to describe these books, guys. But this one is hilarious. So, basically, the premise is basically Earth has been taken over by aliens. And they basically like attacked everyone. And then the survivors, though, are put into like this underground game that's kind of like the Hunger Games, and the aliens watch it for fun. So it is, oh, okay, Sarah, you bought it for, okay. So I don't even know how to describe it because it's sci-fi, but then there's like characters in it like gnomes and fairies. So it's kind of fantasy too, maybe, but then it's also like post-apocalyptic. It is the most crazy book, but it is absolutely hilarious. And then my favorite part is Carl has a sidekick, and his sidekick is a cat named Princess Donut. Like, it's amazing. It is absolutely hilarious. I have been cracking up reading this thing. I'm about like a third of the way in, and it's hilarious. It's so good. I didn't know what to really expect of it because it is so, so far, Melanie, no, there's no smut. I know, which is crazy. It is not a smutty book. But it's just so different to me and it's so unique. Oh my gosh, you are a little freaky girl. No, it's not smutty. No, it's really funny. And it's It's just odd, guys, but it's so good. And unfortunately, it is a series. So I'm like, oh man, I just got myself into another series. And I think there's like 8 books in the series, but it's so good. So that's my recommendation. And then since I'm so into this one, I'm like, well, I have to get the second one. So the first one is called Dungeon Crawler Carl. And then the second one, the second one is called Carl's Doomsday Scenario. And look, guys, see, there's his sidekick cat, Princess Donut, and she wears a tiara. It's amazing. So, yeah, I don't even know what to say about it, guys. Just that they're very interesting books, but they're hilarious. So, if you're into that, it is non-smut. I know, it's crazy. All right, I want to get the Twilight books are good, Emma. I read those in college, I think, when they came out. Aliens, no spot, no smut, and no croaking bush. I know, Melanie, but it's hilarious. It's, you know what though, Melanie? There is a lot of sarcastic humor and curse words. That's kind of fun. No worries, Hannah. I read every single day, and it's always psychological thrillers and serial killer books. Yeah, it's in seriously, guys. I was like, when my friend introduced it to me, I'm like, that sounds like the weirdest book ever. I'm like, eh. But then I started reading a couple of pages, and I was hooked, and I was cracking up. It is the most bizarre book, but they're so good. So it's like, I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to because it's like Hunger Games meets Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets I don't even know what to like. It's its own genre. That's the only thing I can think of. Is I don't even know if you can put it in some type of genre, but they're freaking hilarious. So that's all I got to say about those. But they're really good. So, and I guess, and here's the funny thing is, so this is what's really interesting. They have to be having a resurgence because these were published in 2020 and no one knew about them. Like they kind of went under the radar. So they've been around for 4 years. But now all of a sudden, like when I went to go buy the second one at Barnes and Noble, I'm like, hey, do you have these books by Matt Dinneman? And immediately, hey, Leanne, don't worry, it's okay. So I'd ask them, I'm like, do you have these books by Matt Dinneman? And they're like, oh, you're talking about the Carl series. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And they're like, yeah, they're like up front with all our new releases. So they must be having a resurgence or something because I guarantee you, if you go to a bookstore right now and you look at, you know, like how the front of the store always has like kind of the new releases and popular books, you'll see them. Like they're super popular. So even though they're already like 4-year-old books, but I think they're just an odd book that went under the radar. And I think a big part of it is like they rebranded the cover. And for some reason, like they are having a huge resurgence. Like literally when I was getting the second one, there was a woman there standing next to me. She's like, are you getting the Carl book? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I'm on the third one now. Like it's super popular. I didn't even know about it, but yeah, they're super fun. Super fun. So yes, that is what I will say about Dungeon Crawler Carl. But so far it has been hilarious and I've really enjoyed it. And now I'm gonna drink some water. So that is my book haul, guys. So only 4, which isn't too bad. But there we go. So this is the stack. So it's kind of fun. But yeah, so the Bridgerton cookbook, the Blackstone cookbook, and then the first 2 Dungeon Crawler Carl books. But I mean, how can you not like a character called Princess Donut, guys? That's like amazing. And actually, her full name is Princess Donut, Queen Anne of Chonk. So it's pretty funny. But I really like it. So, What are you guys reading right now? I want to like, what are you guys reading, watching? I'm watching Bridgerton right now. I finally started watching the series. And I finally just saw the preview for the second season of 1923, and I'm super excited about that. Thanks, Carol. Yes, a wide array of actually, when you think about it, Carol, it really is. We went from English tea cakes to grilling outside to aliens taking over the earth. So, as you guys can see, very wide array of topics. Oh my gosh. Oh, Yellow Jackets. I heard that's really good, Laura. Is that a good show? I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've seen previews on it, and I think I have Paramount. Yeah, I have Paramount because of the Yellowstone stuff. So, um, is it good? Are you liking it? I'm really liking Bridgerton. I watched the first season in like 3 days. Like the other night, I binged watched it to finish it, and I didn't go to bed till like after midnight, which was bad. But I don't regret it. I just finished, Gone Viral. Ooh. Ooh, The Crash by Frida McFadden, very popular author. Awesome. It's graphic, but yeah, because isn't it kind of like a female version of Lord of the Flies, Laura? Like that's what I've heard. Like it's kind of like these women as girls, they were kind of like in a Lord of the Flies situation. I'm reading a book called Mrs. Quinn Rise to Fame. It's fiction about a 70-year-old British woman competing in a version of. Oh, that sounds nice, Jamie. Gosh, Jamie, you have really good book suggestions. I'm going to write that down too because that just sounds like fun. Mrs. Quinn Rise to Fame. That sounds lovely. I'm going to see typing at my notes. Rise to Fame. I have to look that up. That sounds fun. Okay, yeah, it's similar. That's what I thought. Like when I read the premise of Yellow Jackets, I'm like, this sounds like Lord of the Flies. Yeah. So you just finished the first two seasons, very twisted, but yeah, that's what I've heard. It's like watching a train wreck. Yeah. That's how I felt about oh, what was the show? I talked about it in a Whippet chat a while back ago, and it's based on a true story. And it was about like the Texas woman who like axed her friend and then ended up like getting off for it. Like they didn't convict her. Like it was the craziest story. And they made an HBO show about it with Elizabeth Olsen in it. And it was so good. It was like you couldn't help but watch it, even though like you knew you were watching a train wreck. Yeah, and I heard the Yellow Jackets cast. It's got a really good cast too. It's got some really neat actresses in it. Because doesn't it have what's her name? She's an older actress. Well, she's not older, but Julia something. And like she was what's her name? It's gonna annoy me now. I'm gonna have to Google her. Uh Julia Lewis, I think. Is it Julia Lewis? Something like that she's in it, and I love her as an actress. She's really good. Lost broke me. I can't watch anything similar. It's so funny. I never got into Lost. I remember when it was on because I was in college when it was on, and I had so many friends in dorm. Yes, Juliette Lewis. Thank you, Sarah. I love her as an actress. Juliette Lewis is amazing. She's so underrated. I'm kind of like, why hasn't she won anything yet? Because she's been in movies like her whole life, and she's an amazing actress. Um, yeah, but Melanie, I can't. Yeah, with Lost, I never got into it, but I had so many friends and like dorm mates who were really into it, and I don't know why I couldn't get into it. I tried watching it once, and it just I don't know. I never got hooked. But I know people who will like still talk about that show. Oh gosh, Yellow Jacket season 3 comes out on Valentine's Day. Such a great date series to watch. You know why that is, Carol? It's because Valentine's Day now, it's more than just Valentine's. Because have you noticed the uptick in the last few years? Maybe it's just me that noticed. Like, I don't know if anyone's like, I'm sure other people have noticed that. Have you noticed that like February is also like the month for slasher movies now? Like, I think it's people opposing Valentine's Day. They're like, why do we need this holiday? It's stupid. We're just going to make it like creepy slasher month because it's a short month, anyways. Like, has anyone noticed that? I feel like in the past few years, yeah, you don't really see like the rom-coms and stuff that come out in February. It's all like twisted serial killer slasher stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it's interesting. Oh, okay, Melanie, don't watch it. Okay. Yes, Juliette Lewis and Christina Ricci. Those are, yeah, both of them amazing actresses. Ooh, Elijah Woods is in it. Well, he was always kind of creepy. Like, I'm sorry. Even as Frodo Baggins, he was creepy. Sorry. Okay, good. Maybe I'll start Yellow Jackets then once I finish Bridgerton. Because I gotta admit, guys, I'm totally hooked on Bridgerton. I had read the books. Well, okay, I read the first 4 books. I gotta read the other 4. So will not surprise me if I'm like, I'll probably end up, but the Bridgerton books are such quick reads because they really do read like a Harlequin romance book. Like they're really quick. So I'll probably finish Bridgerton and then maybe I'll watch Yellow Jackets because I did hear that was really good. Like now you guys are all, validating it. Yes, anti-Valentine's. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, guys, and I'm not like anti-Valentine's. Like I'm already like, picking out little things for my daughter. But like as far as like my husband and I'm like, we don't do Valentine's. And I'm from Arizona, and Arizona became a state on Valentine's Day. So for me, I'm like, it's not even Valentine's Day, it's Arizona State Day. Yellow Jackets is a huge leap from Bridgerton. Carol, do you not see my books? Is it that surprising that I would go from Bridgerton to Yellow Jackets? That should not be shocking. I can absolutely go from Bridgerton to Yellow Jackets. No problem. Be prepared for it. Okay. I will totally be prepared for it. We'll see. I don't know. There's some things that are tough for me to watch. So, okay, I'll be honest in that sense. If it's like, I don't know, if it's anything like, see, that is tough because if they're children when it happens, it is hard for me to watch like anything with a child involved. That does that really gets to me. But we'll see. I will try it though for sure. Well, a cookbook might be a good thing to have for Yellow Jackets. Just saying. I feel like you are giving me little clues, Carol. I will pick those up. It has a lot of potential triggers. I'm sure it does. See, and that's the thing. I'm like that. Yeah, I will try it though. I will totally try it because like that is how. I mean, that's why Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, I never watched it. I loved reading what was going on in the episodes, but there was just so much like stuff in it that I'm like, I don't want to watch it. But I love the storyline. I just didn't watch it. I would just read the summary afterwards. Hey, Kaden, how are you? Kaden, thank you. That's really nice of you to say. Season 2 gets very dark. Ooh. Well, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure these women who they have like major PTSD. So I'm sure it gets dark. But I will try it. I will try it from going from Regency England in Bridgerton. But I will also be watching 1923 too, because 1923 comes out in February too. I'm so excited. I'm getting ready to watch season 2 and I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, of Yellow Jackets, right, Sarah? Yeah. No, I've heard it's a good show. I've seen so many previews of it, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I should try it. But then I just haven't. It was hard for me to even get hooked on a show. And frankly, too, guys, like when it's football season, that's mostly what I'm watching. But since football season is coming to a close soon, I will have much more time to watch, all the good shows. Because, yeah, usually from, September to February, it's mostly football. Oh, okay, Kaden, you love Bridgerton? Well, then, Kaden, here, I got to show you. You missed it. I got the Bridgerton cookbook. It's so fun. Yes, Carol Spencer will be back. I mean, heck, Spencer and Jacob. I don't care what people say. Harrison Ford is still a silver fox. I mean, let's call it for what it is. I will be very happy to see Jacob Dutton as well. I have to start Yellowstone, but there are so many series I don't know where to start. Yeah, Jamie, I totally slay, Kaden. Yeah, that's the same with me, Jamie. I like once football season is over, I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't even know where to start. Because and also here's the thing, because they're streamed on so many platforms too. So part of me, I'm like I don't even know. There's so many platforms I can only have. Like I can't have all the platforms. I just can't. Oh, Han Solo was my man. Right, Melanie? Han Solo was like, he's just, Harrison Ford is timeless. He's timeless. He appealed to women of all different generations. So it's like, to me, I'm like, like really, there's very few actors who appeal to so many different generations of women, and Harrison Ford has got to be one of them. Like, because people loved him when he was younger in Star Wars, then there was Indiana Jones, but then it was, like The Fugitive, like in the 90s and things like that. I'm just like, yeah. I'm obsessed with one of the guys from Bridgerton. Is it Anthony? The one who was in Wicked? Because he is really good. I like him. Yeah. His grumpy old guy acting shrinking is right. But see, Melanie, he's even like people love him as a grumpy old guy. Like he does. He just appeals to every generation. He is. He's timeless. He and I think you know what? I can name another actor who would have been. I think Sean Connery. Sean Connery was another one that I think appealed to like every generation. Like no one didn't like Sean Connery. Yes, Landman. I've heard that's really good. And I do like Billy Bob Thornton. I think he's a little odd, but I do like him as an actor. Like no one can argue he's a really good actor. Not trying to oh yeah, no, the guy who plays Simon? No, Caden, I think he's extremely good looking. And his voice too. If anyone has watched Bridgerton, I don't remember the actor's name because he's kind of new. Like I hadn't really seen him in a lot. But no, the actor who plays Simon in Bridgerton, like he's extremely like he's just handsome and he's got a really nice voice too. Yeah, I can't remember his name either. I'd have to Google it. But oh yeah, no, Caden. No, you're totally fine. Like Simon's he's a handsome guy. Landman is on your list. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that one too. I think Blake and I will definitely be doing 1923, and then yeah, once football is over, which I'm sorry, like go Chiefs. I'm wearing my Chiefs gear. I know people don't want to see Chiefs, but I do because they're my team. But yeah, I'll have to do 1923, and then maybe my husband and I can watch Landman, and then I can watch Yellow Jackets because I don't know if Blake will want to watch Yellow Jackets or not. I'm not sure if that's up his alley or not. But maybe Landman would be a good show for us to watch together because he loves Taylor Sheridan, who writes all those shows. So I could probably convince him to watch that because he won't know what to do since there'll be no football. He always goes through really bad football withdrawal. Like literally the day I'm here in spite of your chief situation. Melanie, it's okay, Melanie. I like, listen, the Chiefs are having their time right now. It won't last forever, and eventually, like it'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's okay. Oh, don't worry, Laura. It's okay. It's totally okay. Take care of yourself, Laura. I have seen the Taylor Swift paintings from Jaded Gem Shop, Kate, and they're so cute. I've wanted to do one and get one for my daughter. I'm just like, I really am just trying not to buy a lot right now. But Jaded Gem Shop has some great Taylor Swift ones. Like my daughter would love those because she collects all the records and everything. But yeah, it's okay, Laura. Take care of yourself. And guys, just a reminder, Laura will have the video for week 4 of Wrap Up a Whip. So she'll have it on her channel, and I'll make sure that to post in my community feed, like a link to it, just in case. And like she said, it probably won't be a long video, and which is totally fine because we love Laura and we appreciate her doing this because she's the best co-host, and I'm excited. But yeah, Melanie, it's just, yeah, it's okay. Everyone hates the Chiefs. We're used to it. Although I will say, I mean, if anyone's going to talk about football, I'll be honest, guys. Like, obviously, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs person, but I thought it was so sad. Seriously, my heart broke for the Lions, the Detroit Lions. That game against the Commanders, I felt so bad. Like, if you guys haven't seen, or even if you guys watch football, like Dan Campbell, the coach, afterwards, I felt so bad for him. But at the same time, I'm like, I think he's such an admirable coach. And I'm like, this is just the beginning for the Lions. Like, the Chiefs are having their time. It's been a long time since the Chiefs have been, good and popular. So I'm like, but they'll have their time. And I'm sure the next kind of like dynasty is going to be the Lions because they're amazing. And Dan Campbell just seems like an amazing coach. I'm a Seahawk by one of the, yeah. Oh yeah, Melanie. I mean, I was like, I was legit nervous because I'm like, oh crap, if the Lions end up going to the Super Bowl and the Chiefs do, I was like, I think the Lions would win for sure. But I did. I felt really bad for them because I'm like, they're such a great team. So I'm sure they're going to have their day. And frankly, it sounds like the Commanders now might be popular. I mean, that came out of nowhere. So it'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of good up and coming teams for sure. Oh my gosh, Kaden, too many. Well, okay, so hold on. This pile are my finished ones, and that pile are my not finished ones. And I would say, honestly, Kaden, I think I have about 11 whips, which isn't too bad. It's gone down. I think at one point I had like 15 whips, so it's gone down. Yes, one bad day in football has huge consequences. I learned that so much, guys, from my first. So I don't think I ever updated you guys. So you guys knew that I was in a fantasy football league. Wow, talk about that was the most stressful experience ever. I woke up on Tuesdays many times in a bad mood because my team didn't do well. But I will say I'm pretty proud of myself because overall for fantasy football, and my name was My TDs Are Real, I ended up actually getting to the quarterfinals, and then my husband beat me in the quarterfinals. So overall, I ended up getting 5th place in the league. But I figured for my first year, I was pretty excited about that. And I did beat my husband once, just not when it counted. But yes, yeah, I learned that very, very quickly with playing fantasy football that I'm just like, you can have the best players on your team, and all it takes is one bad game. And it does. It changes everything. So it's made me think a lot about next year, like how I want to do fantasy football. because you can get like the number one quarterback, number one this, doesn't mean they'll have a good game. Because I had some players that were like known as good players, and like they had a terrible season. Like one of the people I had Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's a great receiver. Like all the statistics were like, oh yeah, like Cooper Kupp, great receiver, all of that. And I'm sorry, like anyone who are Rams fans, well, Cooper Kupp was terrible this year. Like he did not have a good season at all. So, but then like I had someone, but then like my star player was Saquon Barkley. And when I drafted Saquon Barkley, he was not even number one. He was like maybe in the top 10, but obviously anyone who watches the Eagles, like Saquon Barkley has had an amazing year. Like he's incredible. So you just never know. I hate seeing the fantasy football punishment on TikTok. Yeah. Yeah. Or they get injured. Yeah, Melanie, I had Rashee Rice on my team. Still hasn't been able to play. Yeah. And then I had Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp was injured for like 6 weeks. So yeah, it was fun. It was very interesting. Like my husband's already like, are you going to do fantasy football next year? And I'm like, yes, unfortunately, because it's addicting. And now I have to do fantasy football. I want to start a girls' league though, or not a girls' league, but it'd be fun to get some other people who are interested. So maybe next year, if anyone wants to do like another fantasy football league, I would totally do it. I would be in more than one league because it is really fun. And actually, I will say, like how I said earlier, my husband ended up beating me in the quarterfinals. He ended up winning the whole thing. So at least the person who beat me ended up winning everything. So that's how I justify me losing. Because at least I'm like, well, at least I lost to the winner. That's how I make myself feel better for losing. But yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, let's see, it's been an hour. So yeah, Melanie, do a fantasy football event. That'd be interesting. Like a diamond painting event, or just do like fantasy football? I would totally create a league. I think that could be fun. We could be the diamond I don't know. We'd have to think of a good fantasy football name with diamonds in it. That could be fun. No problem, Kaden. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. It was good to see you too. What could be a good, I don't know. We'll have to think about that. We got some time to plan. The bling ballers. That's pretty good. There you go, Melanie. That would be really fun. I think that'd be fun. I'll look into it. We've got time to plan because, football won't start up again for a few months. So that could be fun. Got like a 6-7 month break ahead of us. So plenty of time to think about having a new fantasy football league. That could be really fun. And like the winner gets a diamond painting. All right, guys. I better go. Thank you guys so much for joining me. At this point, my plan is to go back to the regular time with lives on Thursdays, like I always do. And thanks for all your patience and everything. I know, like I didn't, I was absent for a couple of months. There was just a lot going on with my in-laws and everything, but at this point, I feel more confident that I can start going back live again. And hopefully that'll happen. So kind of the way it'll be, like I'll do what I did last night. I'll make sure to post the link to my live like ahead of time. And it kind of just goes like, if you see the link, I'll be live. And if you don't, then I'll try to let everyone know. But for right now, I feel like back to the regular time on Thursday. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to sharing more things with you. Like, obviously, this all started. Oh, Jamie, I go live on Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time. But I'm excited to like share some other things too. Like, that's really something that's been kind of toying with me for a while now. I'm like, as much as I love diamond painting, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, there's so many other things that I'm interested in that I'm like, I think it would just be fun to share. So I'm really excited to just kind of embark on that. And who knows, it may change the algorithm. It may change, I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm just going to start posting stuff and just see what happens because it makes me happy and I get more excited about it. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for joining me and take care of yourself. Stay healthy. I know there's so much crud going around, but stay healthy. And for those of you who might be freezing like we are in this Arctic cold weather, stay warm. And hopefully I will see you guys next week. All right. Bye, guys.